say hi. Comment hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. So I can see how many people post after, how many people watch after I post this, okay? All right, so we're having Velveeta chicken skillet. Velveeta chicken skillet. Okay, give me a second here. I'm separating the chicken I'm going to use today and what I'm use these scissors to cut some of this fat off. I was about to say, I bet you any minute my dogs will be coming in here. And I was correct. I was correct. Just give me 1 second here. Can you post your Cash App on YouTube so I can use your phone for the recipe? Alright, sorry guys. YouTube, my husband is going to post Cash App. So if you've been on here enough, you would know what the YouTube is, what the Cash App is for. But why I'm posting the Cash App, if you have that question, ask me on YouTube. Facebook people, you should know already. You should know by now. I don't say it every time because I don't want to seem repetitive and like I'm a beggar. So I just say it every once in a blue moon. And then I just post it and just let it do its thing, if it will. Which it has not done nothing. I think I've had somebody, 1 or 2 people send me Cash App 1 or 2 times. They wanted, no, 1 time? Somebody was trying to send me something through Amazon and it wasn't working or something, so they sent me the money and told me to just go ahead and order it. So, alrighty, so I'm trying to decide what. I just cutting some of the fat off, especially the ones I'm going to wrap as well, so next time I don't have to do that. Okay? And it's much easier to just use scissors than... and then I gotta cut this chicken up. I gotta make sure I gotta look at the recipe. Did you bring your phone in with you? Oh. Can you go to Facebook Cooks, please? My hands got stuff on it. I don't want to touch
You need to go to your messages.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Well, who messaged me?
Look on YouTube. To be able you.
You mean people are coming on? Is that what you're saying? Okay. All right, guys. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. D. I'm just going to say D instead of D.E5619. So I'm going to just say D. Is that okay? Let me know. Is that okay if I just say D? My day is going good. How is yours? How is your day going? Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. And the Cash App, that's my husband's Cash App. I post it because anything that's sent there helps me with my content creation. It shows appreciation, and I use it for anything I need to make my content creation better. And I use it to buy food because my cooking is part of my content creation, so I use it to buy food to help with the content creation, all right? And that's my husband that posted the Cash App on there. Because somehow on my iPad and my phone, when I go to YouTube to go live, it doesn't let me comment. When I had my computer before I broke it, yes. Before it broke, YouTube on there has a yes, go ahead, put it in there. It has a little comment line that I can comment on, but my phone and my iPad doesn't. So, can you put this back? So, I asked my husband to please post on YouTube his Cash App, just to let you know. Hi, Ian Chictus. I think I said your last part right, but I'll just say Ian, right? It's Ian. You sure? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you're not subscribed, you can go ahead and subscribe. And if you would like me to subscribe back to your YouTube, I certainly will. Is it this one? No. What is this? Okay. Alrighty.
Velveeta.
Hold on, guys. I'm checking. The comments of the recipe video. See if the recipe's in here, because if not, I'll just have to. I'll just have to listen to the video. Alright, here it is. Just real small. But I'll go ahead and give you all the ingredients. The ingredients. It's 8 ounces of Velveeta cheese. Okay, the block cheese. And the smallest one they have is a 16 ounce. So you can cut it in half and put the other half away. But I will go ahead and take mine out. I will show you. Okay. It's called Fresh Packs. It has 5 individual packs, and it's a 20 ounce, so each pack is 4 ounces. So I'll use 2 packs, and the other packs they're stay fresh, and I'm going to end up using them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to melt the cheese. I'm going to do this another day. I'm going to melt the cheese. It goes in a bowl, like a metal bowl. Don't use plastic. Use a metal bowl. Put it over a pot with some water in it. Turn on the heat, not real high, like medium or something, and let the cheese slowly melt. And then I add in some Rotel, mix it up, and use it as a dip. Okay? It's really good. Come here, guys. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut up this chicken. Okay, I just got some chicken remnants I'm giving to my dog. Like the... Okay, that's it, guys. So I'm cutting up the chicken. You know, I was busy and then I had something I had to do and I had to use my phone and my husband's phone and I was in the middle of doing something. I had to get it done ASAP. So I was trying to get it done before my 5:30 start. Um, so I had to get that done, yeah, so okay, so that's why I didn't get a chance to cut my chicken up before. Let me check something with this recipe. It says cook 1 pound chicken in a skillet over medium heat until fully cooked. Add seasoning about 7 to 10 minutes. Remove from heat and set aside. Okay, so what I'm going to do, that's the first thing. What I'm going to do is as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to put this in a bowl. And I'm going to season it. I usually season it while it's in the pan, but I'd rather do it in a bowl. And because my son does it, but he puts a little bit of oil, olive oil, regular oil, whatever oil you want, and on top of the chicken before he puts the seasoning. I don't have a clue why you do that, Alvin. I don't have a clue why my son puts the oil. I guess so the seasoning can stick. Okay, hold on, guys. Why do you put the oil on the chicken when you season it? Why do you put the oil on the chicken? That's what I thought, guys. Get down! Get! I don't know if y'all saw that. My dog trying to steal the chicken. Didn't get to it, but tried. Yeah, so the seasoning will stick better. And then he'll put a little bit of oil in the pan. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to heat up some oil in the pan. And then you will put the chicken in there. Okay, so anyways, I told you 8 ounces Velveeta cheese. And they do have, now this is up to you, I prefer not, but they do have a cheap brand of Velveeta. I think store brand or something. So, you know, you can. Oops, sorry. You can. Everything I do sounds loud to me, so I keep thinking that it sounds loud to you guys, but maybe not. But yeah. Okay, so 8 ounces. 8 ounces of Velveeta, 1 can of cream of chicken. Okay, 1 can of cream of chicken. 1 can of milk. Okay, which is for the cream of chicken can. So just fill that cream of chicken can up with milk when it's time for the milk, okay? Okay, that's what that means. 1 can of Rotel. 1 can of Rotel. Okay. One box of rotini noodles. If you want to use another pasta, you definitely can. 1 pound chicken. I'm using 3 chicken breasts. So I don't know if that's 1 pound or not. But hold on here, guys. Something I don't know. Y'all can't. Excuse me, guys. My dog's underfoot. Right in here. I don't know if y'all see it. But right in here, where my finger is, there's something sharp. Hold on, guys. Be right back. It's not supposed to. You know? Oh, 'cause I never see. But Alvin, it's skinless and boneless chicken. I don't know. Okay, guys, I was just showing my son because right here it's something sharp, like a sharp bone, but it's boneless and skinless chicken. So it's not supposed to be there. I'll tell you that. No, you guys can't. Get out. You can't have that. So I was just concerned why it was there. Maybe they left the bone in there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they left the bone in there. Okay? Okay. Alright. So did I give you all the ingredients? No, after the rotini noodles, and like I said, any other kind of pasta you want, if you don't want to use rotini, I'm using rotini, but 1 pound of chicken, or whatever you want to use, okay? Now, just remember, guys, if you use more than 1 pound of chicken, you know, you could still use 1 box of rotini, if you want, or you can use a little more. You might want to use a little more cheese, you know, like the 16 ounce, cut it in half for 8 ounces, but you can cut a little more if you want. If you use a little more chicken or pasta or whatever. Okay? Because sometimes I use a little more pasta because I never think it's enough, but it is. Okay? Alrighty. As soon as I'm done here, I will wash my hands, and then I'm going to put on a glove on one hand so it doesn't get chickeny again, and then I'll use the other hand to for my seasonings. Okay? Got one more chicken breast to cut, and then I'm done. Okay, and then you want to use, after the chicken, use 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, you can use olive oil, regular oil, avocado oil, whatever. The regular oil is the vegetable oil I'm talking about, but you can use whatever. Olive oil, avocado oil, and all that kind is better. Then it says seasonings. These are the seasonings. Each to their own on how much you want to put in, and you can use all these seasonings or you can use your own. Caramelized onion butter, onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper. Caramelized onion butter. I don't have anything like that, so I'm not going to. So what I'm going to use is, and it says salt and pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. Now you can use all that, or you can use this. I don't want to get my... It's garlic and onion powder in here, black pepper and sea salt. So you can use this instead of the garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper. Instead of using it all separate, you can just use that if you would like. Okay? I'll have to do this after I wash my hands. Okay? And I'm also going to use, because it says caramelized onion butter, but I'm not using it. You can use lemon pepper too. And I've got It's poultry seasoning. I've got seasonal from Morton's, but I like to use lemon pepper sometimes. Then I've got this new thing I wanted to try, and I do like it. It's called, I don't know what I did with it. It's called garlic butter. It's not caramelized onion butter, it's garlic butter. Okay, I'll show it to you in a minute, soon as I... Okay, so... I'm going to wash my hands when I'm done. And then I'm going to make sure I got all the ingredients out. And then I'll put the glove on. Get this chicken in the bowl. Okay. Okay, guys. Facebook, I will be posting Cash App and the Amazon wish list in just a minute because I started cutting the chicken. So as soon as I wash my hands, I'll get that posted. And YouTube, I will post the Amazon wish list after I post it because I can't do that right now. Like I said, it doesn't have a comment button. And my husband can't, because you would have to type in this long thing. It's a big long link. So it's much easier just to copy and paste it, which I will in a minute, but I want to check one thing real quick. Okay. Ian, let me know when you send that Cash App so I could double check to make sure that it gets there. Okay? Because his picture is a white STI car. Okay, so it'll be a white car. Okay, and his name on there will be Timmy Gonzo. Timmy Gonzo. Okay? So let me know when you send it so I can double check for that. Alright, guys? Alright. Alright, so I'll go back over like how much of the stuff as I use it, okay? Now, when it comes to the seasonings, you just season it. It's all on your own. How much you like it, how much you don't, okay? Okay, so that'll be that. Okay, so... Sorry I'm a little behind. I apologize. Okay, I'm washing my hands. I have this lady I watch. She cooks and does everything else, and she just made her first cookbook and came out this year, and she likes to say, "Wash your fucking hands." Use my language. I feel like it's wrong to say that online. But she says it all the time. After she touches something wrong. But, you know, I love watching her. Yep, her name is Applesauce and ADHD. It's the... Got to give her another name. But you actually look like Applesauce and ADHD. Okay? Alrighty. Alrighty, so I got this. So, alright, so we are going to go ahead. I'm going to make sure I got all the rest of the ingredients pulled out. Okay, the chicken breast, the rotini. got my 1 box of rotini. Okay. So instead of pulling out the onion powder and garlic powder, I'm just going to use this. It has a mixture of that and the black pepper and salt. Okay. Okay, everything is mixed up here. I just earlier filled up my salt and pepper and had to change the batteries of one of them. Okay. So now, let me get out the, did I take out the Velveeta cheese? I did. Okay, now let's get out cream of chicken. I'll take the milk out when it's ready because I don't want to sit out. We're going to take out 1 can of Rotel and 1 can of cream of chicken. It was like around 5 o'clock that I was going to start taking out my ingredients and cut the chicken up, but then this thing about some money we had to send somebody and I had to add this. It's just hard to explain, but it was a lot of stuff I had to do. And I had to get it done before I started my live. Okay? Because I had to send it to somebody before they left work so they could do something, but they had to do it before they left work. So I had to make sure. But anyways, okay. So I've got everything. The only thing I haven't taken out was the milk, and I'll take it out when I'm ready because I don't want it to sit out. Okay? Because I'm thinking we have to cook the chicken first, so it would be out for a little bit. Okay? So like I read before, if you got all the ingredients, I'll go over them as I use them. Okay? Which I used the chicken already. The 1 pound of chicken it calls for. 1 pound. Okay? If you want to use a little more, go ahead. I use 3 chicken breasts. Now, however many chicken breasts you use also depends on how big your chicken breasts are. If they're little, you use more. If they're big and fat, you use less. But it says 1 pound. My 3 chicken breasts, I don't know. Because I will tell you, the chicken that I bought was 4.62. And I took 3 chicken breasts out and wrapped it and used 3 chicken breasts. So it was probably more than a pound. So I might use a little bit more. And if you want to use a little more than 1 pound of pasta, it's up to you. Okay? So it says, cook 1 pound of chicken in a skillet over medium heat until fully cooked. Add seasonings about 7 to 10 minutes. Remove from heat and set aside. I don't know if it says add seasonings about 7 to 10 minutes. I don't know if it means add the seasoning at 7 to 10 minutes, but y'all know how to cook chicken. You can put it in the pan, put some oil in there, you know, whatever kind of oil. But I like olive oil, avocado oil, and stuff like that. Put the chicken in there. Go ahead and season the chicken, but you don't want to shake over the heat too long because it can clump up your seasoning. But I do it all the time anyways, even though you shouldn't. Or you can season it right on your cutting board, or you can season it in a bowl. And if you would like, you can put oil, any kind of oil, like I said. Now, you can use any kind of oil. Okay. I'm just going to use this small bowl. A little bigger than a cereal bowl, but but if you add olive oil, avocado oil, regular oil, whatever kind of oil you want over top the chicken, just a little bit, not a lot, it'll help the seasoning stick. So that's up to you. Okay? And it's up to you. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put on my glove. Just one glove. I'll pick the chicken up and put it in the bowl with this glove. And I'll use it to move around the chicken and get it in the pan, and then I'll take the glove off. Okay, so we're going to use garlic butter and this all-purpose seasoning, garlic and onion and salt and pepper and sea salt. Okay? And that's about all the seasonings. Now, if you have any other seasonings you want to add, which I'm thinking I might add a little bit of paprika. I might add a little bit of paprika. So if you know, you choose, you want to add all different seasonings, whatever you want, or just salt and pepper and then whatever you want, okay? Those are seasonings they did in the recipe, but if you want to add something else, it's all up to you, okay? Alright. So, I'm getting this chicken in the bowl. Sorry, it's taking me so long. I apologize. I talk a lot, plus I had to cut up the chicken. Okay, so I've got that. Let me get the avocado oil out. Okay, I'm gonna sprinkle some oil. That's it. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it right here because I'm gonna use it to now I'm going to mix it up so the oil can get all the pieces of chicken. Okay, so we're going to do the garlic and onion, black pepper, and sea salt first. I was going to open it before I was going to open them all before I dirtied up this other gloved hand, but because some of them, most of them are flip-top, but this paprika was a twist top, so okay, so let's do this. I want to make sure I'm just gonna mix it up. Usually I don't do it until after I add all the seasonings, but I want to make sure I get each seasoning everywhere. It smells amazing over that garlic and onion and black pepper and stuff. If that's all I had, if I could only buy that, I would be just fine with that because it smells really good. You can season anything with that. Okay, let's go with the garlic butter. Now I've already used the garlic butter since I bought it, which I didn't buy it too long ago, but I've used it a couple of times in this. I don't want to say this shit, but this stuff is amazing. And the smell, oh, the smell is amazing. I wish there was smell-o-vision, I'm telling you. It's amazing. Okay? It's amazing. Now, let's do some paprika. Let's do some paprika. I've got, excuse me, Brownie, Jazzy. My dogs like to get underfoot. Some smoked paprika, so if I want a smoky, sometimes the recipe calls for that, and sometimes I want a smoky taste. You know what I mean? See, sometimes if you move it around with your hand after each seasoning, some of the chicken underneath may not get it as much, so you can add a little more. So that's why I want to move it around after each seasoning so I can make sure it gets it. Because it's hard to tell what chicken got what seasoning if we put them all in and then mix it in. Okay? So there I go. It smells amazing. Alright, let me move this out the way. And I need to put, I'm going to rinse this stuff once the chicken gets in. I need to put that there. I'm going to go ahead. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and throw away this bag. Put it in there. Push everything down like a glove. Okay, so that's done. Now we're going to get the pan over here. Now I might open the second box of pasta and add a little bit. And then I'll have to decide if I want to add a little bit more cheese, because the problem is this cheese is not just one whole cheese. Like I can cut it in half, get 8 ounces out of the 16, and then I can cut like small slices. They don't have, they're wrapped individually in 4 ounces each. So I'm using 2 4 ounces to make 8 ounces, and then if I wanted to use a little bit more, I'd have to cut maybe like half of the 4 ounce to have a 2 ounce or something like that. But we'll see. Okay? Let's close up these seasonings. Okay. Alright, so let's get some. I'm going to put it on about 6. That's like a little bit above half, but not quite. Not too much. I'm going to put some oil. I want to make sure I put enough. Okay, we're going to put some oil. I'm going to see here if I have to cook. In a separate pot, it wants me, this is the second instructions, okay? The first one was cook 1 pound of chicken, add the seasoning and let it cook, okay? Because it says, cook 1 pound of chicken in a skillet over medium heat until fully cooked. Add seasonings about 7 to 10 minutes. Remove from heat and set aside. Well, I don't know if that meant add seasonings at 7 to 10 minutes. I don't know. But I just add it before I put it in. Okay, but number 2 says in a separate pot, you want to combine 8 ounces of Velveeta, 1 can of cream of chicken, 1 can of milk, using the soup can, and 1 can of Rotel. Melt over medium heat, stirring frequently until the mixture is smooth and creamy. Okay? So once I get the chicken started, I'm going to, because it says in another pot it wants you to put cook the pasta, but that's what I thought. So I have a pot for that. But for that cheese stuff, this is the other one I got. Okay, so I'm going to use that, and I'm going to get the water into my pot for the pasta. So I can start it when I'm ready, okay? I usually do hot water so it will boil faster. So I'm going to put some hot water in here. Loud barking, it's my dog. I apologize. And I'm going to make sure as soon as I'm done here filling up this pot with water, I promise you guys I'm coming over there to see who has come on YouTube and who has come on Facebook to say hi. So if you're on there and I haven't said hi to you yet, please do not leave. Please do not leave. And on Facebook, I'm going to post my Cash App and my Amazon wish list. I said I was, and I forgot for a minute, so I'm going to do that. Okay? Okay. So let me get this over here. Okay. So, Facebook, let me put my Cash App. Okay, there it is. And I do see my subscribe message pinned, so that means I'll see the comments good. And I've noticed that sometimes pinned when I first come on is either the subscribe message about come subscribe to me. We will be having lives and giveaways and so much more. Come join me. And then there's the link. And then sometimes they put the star comment. So the star comment would be in the comments anyways. But let me see. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to... Oh no, I just refreshed it and Subscribe comment came in the comments, which has already been. Hi Shannon, how are you doing? I'm sorry. I hope you stay on. I hope you're still on here. Thank you for staying on. You're the only one that really does when I don't mean to not I'm not ignoring anybody. It's just sometimes I get into the cooking that I forget to look at the comments and see. So how you doing, Shannon? How is it going? Okay guys, let me see if I can do the Alright, here's the Amazon wish list. I didn't know if it was going to paste because it's been a moment since I copied it, and sometimes copies don't stay too long. Alright, let me make sure everybody can see this pan. Can you see the pan, guys? Alright, it's that pan. Okay. Make sure y'all can see that pan. And then you got this pan. And then the big pan in the back is just the boiling water of the pasta. So I ain't worried about that, okay? Okay. So now I think it's good enough. So, turn on the fan and the light. Alright, it said medium. Cook it on medium. I had it on 6, which is one above medium, but there you go. So cut up your chicken, 1 pound, or a little more if you want. Oops. I'm trying to break up a, I don't know if I can. I'm trying to break up a piece of chicken that was really long. I must have forgot to cut it. Okay, I did. So while this is cooking, okay, I'm going to turn on the water so it can start boiling. I got another piece. It's not quite as big, but it's really cut it up into 2. The other one was cut into 3. That's how big that one was. Okay. So I'm going to check these pieces. When I take them out after they're cooked, and I'll cut some down if need to. Okay? Use this. My chicken should be mostly cooked, so I'm going to wash this good so I can also serve the pasta. I'm going to go ahead and wash this bowl. Since I already used it, I don't want to get the bowl out, and I'm going to wash it so I can use it to put the chicken back in. Dry chicken on the when I figure out the dishwasher. If he used it the other day. So I want to make sure I got everything. I use my dishwasher. But they sound so much louder to me because of my hearing aids. But I keep thinking that it sounds that loud to y'all. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, it's so loud. But it's not that loud inside. Just like that. Let's dry this bowl. And then once drip the water from the bowl. So dry this bowl. We're going to get started with putting it in the pan, the other item that's needed. Okay? So let's stir this chicken. Okay. So now we are going to, in a separate pot, we are going to, that's number 2. In a separate pot, we are going to combine 8 ounces of Velveeta, 1 can of cream of chicken, 1 can of milk, and 1 can of Rotel. Melt over medium heat, stirring frequently until the mixture is smooth and creamy. I'm thinking of using I tell you guys, my brain is not right lately here. Like, I forget the name of, a whisk. A whisk. Sorry, guys. Why I forget the name of things. Okay? Alright, so. Let's do this. Now, the Velveeta, I thought about using a little extra because I used more than 1 pound of chicken, and I'm probably going to use more than 1 pound of pasta. I'm not doubling it, but these are freshly packed. Let me show you. Okay, do you see these? This is 4 ounces. So I would use 2 of these to make 8 ounces because it calls for 8 ounce Velveeta cheese. Okay? So now this is what it says. You could do it this way. Now, if I was making cheese dip, it says cut 1 fresh pack into a small cubes, microwave with 2 tablespoons of milk, 1.5 minutes, or until smooth. Stirring after 1 minute. Serve with tortilla chips. You hear that, babe? You can microwave this for 1.5 minutes with 2 tablespoons of milk per pack of the little 4 ounces, and you could use it as dip. Because we were taught, somebody told us to put it in a metal bowl. Now you want metal because plastic will probably melt. Metal bowl, the cheese, let it melt over a pot of water. I mean, the bottom of the bowl doesn't have to touch the water, but you know, so it's not like dry. And then add a can of Rotel, and then you got some nice cheese dip. I could do that in the microwave like it said here, and just add the Rotel. It's up to whatever you want to do. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open 2 of these. Now, if I'm going to put a little bit more, what I might do is cut this in half. Cut the 3rd one in half, so instead of putting the whole 4 ounces, I'm only putting 2 ounces. Now, I'm not doubling this, because if you double this, then it would be 16 ounces would be the, you know, of cheese. I'm going to do half of the double. So doubling it would be, since it's 8 ounces, you would double it with 8 ounces. Half of the 8 ounce would be 4, so another 4 ounces. So yeah, I'll probably use 3 of them instead of cutting 1 in half. And then I'll have 2 left, which is 8 ounces, and I'll use that for a dip. Like in the next few days or this week sometime. Okay, I'm trying to get this open right. No, you know. Okay. I could cut it up. I'm just going to break it up with my hands. So it'll melt faster. Okay. Let's get this one opened up. I'm trying to get this opened up before the chicken's done. Oh, right here. There's a little piece right here. See that red piece? Pull that, and it opens it up, and it pulls it down. Oh, that's how you open it easy. Duh, I didn't even see that. I was trying to do everything the hard way. Okay, goes on medium. Okay, on medium. The third one would not be doubled, it'd be half of a double, if you understand what I mean. So like if you were putting in 1 pound of pasta and you were going to do half of a double, instead of 1 pound it'd be half a pound. Because 1 pound would be double, because 1 pound and then another 1 pound. But half of a double would be like half a pound. So half of what you know. Just because I got a little extra chicken, I'm going to have a little extra pasta. Okay, so I got the cheese in there. All right, so then we put in the can of cream of chicken. Okay? This is 98% fat free. Okay? 98% fat free. Just so y'all know. And since we're going to put the milk in here, take something, whether it's your this whisk. It takes me a minute. Whisk or a spoon or something. And you can whisk it up to mix in any excess milk cream and chicken soup that might have got left in here. Like I'll hold it over here. Hold it over this, because when you stir, if something calls for it, because I had to do this one day, cream of chicken and then a certain amount of milk, while you're stirring it, before the milk mixes into the cream and chicken and gets real smooth, it likes to splatter, so you don't want to stir it too fast when you first, just like when you mix flour into stuff, you don't want to mix it real fast. And like if you're using a mixer, you want to turn it on the lowest there is and slowly mix it so the flour doesn't go poof everywhere. That's the same thing like this. Okay? So let's dump the milk in there. See, did I get any? Okay, so I'm going to use a spoon to just whisk and getting it all out. So a spoon might be better to get everything out instead of a whisk. Okay. So I did that. Okay. Okay. Alrighty, so in 1 can of Rotel. And then I got it on medium, like it says. Stir repeatedly until the mixture is smooth and creamy. Okay? So let's stir this chicken. This chicken's doing good. It's not sticking. Okay, so it should be almost done. Oh, I see a piece here that still is uncooked. So I gotta cook it for a little while longer. I had it on medium, so it's cooking slow. I don't want to cook it too fast. Okay? So let's put the can of Rotel. We gotta open it because it's not a pull top. Now it didn't say anything about draining it. I'm gonna drain it just a little. Say hi, Alvin.
To who?
I don't know, just to the world. Shannon's on here too.
Hi Shannon. What'd you put on here?
I put those 3. Good?
Yeah.
He said hi, Shannon. Let's see what we got here. Okay. sorry you're still sick, Shannon. How long you been sick for? I know my husband told me earlier that you had texted me. He said, Shannon texted you. And I was like, okay. And I was half asleep. So I was like, I'll look at it in a minute. And I forgot to look at it. So, and I can't look at it right now because my phone's being used for YouTube. So what did you say on the text? What did you think about the picture of my Isabel? Hi. Shame Nab? I don't know if I said your name correctly. Shame Nab? Is that how you say your name? Let me know if I'm saying it correctly. Let me know. Now, this hidden message that's held for review on YouTube, guys, it's going to look like I did it, which I didn't, but it's going to look like it because when I look at it, I hide it again because I just want to look at it real quick. Frank Lee, however you say that, don't say stuff like that because you will get hidden and you just say hi and talk normal. I don't want to hear that. Don't want to hear that. And guys, I don't want to say it online, so I'm not going to even repeat what he said. It's not. It was on YouTube. People. Okay. Okay. She said hi, Alvin. Okay. How long you been sick for, Shannon? So I'm going to keep stirring this on medium, like it said, until it's nice and smooth. Okay, the cheese is not melted all the way yet. I want to get it mixed up with the milk and the cream of chicken. And if I was going to go half of a double, which a double would be another 8 ounces of cheese, but I only did 4 ounces, so that would be another half a can of Rotel, half a can of cream of chicken, and half a can of milk. But I don't know if I'm going to do all that. If it looks like it doesn't look right because I've got more cheese than I do cream of chicken and milk, then I'll add a little bit more. Okay? But I'm not going to add no more Rotel. That's not going to... And if you guys don't buy Rotel and you only have diced tomatoes, then put some diced tomatoes in there. Or if you only have, what do you call them? Let me see. If you only have green chili, the small can, you can put them in there. Or if you only have each one separate, you can do that. This is a 10-ounce can. And diced tomatoes, here we go. Diced tomatoes, this is tomato sauce for this thing. It's about a 15-ounce can. So, I don't know if they sell diced tomatoes in smaller cans. You can check, and if they do, that's good. Because if you're going to do it separate, you would only probably need a 5-ounce can. And maybe the small cans of green chilies. But if you have Rotel, get in there. You can see. I'll show you. See? It's getting there. Okay? And YouTube, it's getting there. Okay? Alright, let's turn this off. Because I think it's done. Yeah. It's done. This chicken is done. So now, let's see. The third step says, I've done the first. I'm on the second with the cheese. The third one says, in another pot, bring water to a boil and cook the rotel noodles. Okay, that's all, because it's a screenshot, so somebody posted it because it's a screenshot. So there's some stuff blocking the words, but that's all about cooking the pasta in a separate, follow the box instructions and so forth. Okay. Once, shoot, hold on guys. It's just that they've got, you know, when you have the thumbs up and commenting on something and then you screenshot it, that you get that too. Alright, hold on. I'm trying to. Okay, that was the only screenshot of it. I have a screenshot of it on my photos, but it's on my phone. So it says, what? Alright, hold on guys. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry, YouTube. Hi, Sham. I hope I got it right. Okay. So, it says into the pot with the cheese. So what we're going to do is we're going to dump it into this pot with the chicken. Okay? Because it's this pot. And this is all I had to melt this. Because the big pot I have is for the pasta. Okay? So what we're going to do is I already washed this bowl, and it's going to have a chicken mess in there because I wanted to put the chicken in there. Okay? So I'm going to put the chicken in there. I'm trying not to get any liquid in there. I'm going to clean out this pot, get all that extra liquid that's in there. Yeah, it's kind of oil because it's oil and the juice from the chicken. I'm going to have hot water on, so it shouldn't hurt to drain. And plus, it's not a whole lot, but it's too much thick. You don't want it in your cheese sauce, but it's not enough to hurt the drain. Okay? Alvin, come here for a second. I'm trying to help him. Get him to help me. Oh wow, Shannon.
Yes.
What did the urgent care say you had? Can you stir this?
What do you mean the urgent care?
No, I was talking to Shannon. Because it's supposed to get smooth, but I'm supposed to constantly stir it, but I gotta do this. I put an extra pack of this cheese. It's 8 ounces of cheese, but I put an extra 4 ounces because I used extra chicken and pasta. But
It is smooth.
not so.
Oh. It'll be fine.
Just slowly go around. It's not smooth. Lift it up. If you see some lumps in there.
That's the tomatoes.
But anyways,
It is smooth.
if I put an extra thing of cheese, should I put an extra thing of cream of chicken and milk?
It'll just be cheesier now.
Okay, guys. I just want to rinse this because I'm going to put it, it says put it into the pot. It can't because I use it. It's a little pot. But here. I just dried my hands with it. Can you? I'm gonna let that little hot water get into that, and I'm gonna get the second box of rotini. I'm not going to put the whole thing. Okay, guys, I'm only going to put
Yeah.
calling me. Oh, that's you.
I'm helping mom with this real quick.
I'm just gonna put in a
She
little
got
bit
me cooking this shit.
of this, okay? Just a little bit.
Yeah, sorry.
Is all the cheese?
Oh no, I could text you when I hop on if you're gonna be on in a while. Or like if you're gonna be on like for a while. Probably like 10-15 minutes. Alright, bet. Alright, bye.
I'm not gonna. What should I just put it on there?
It looks good.
Huh?
Yeah, it's all melted.
Yeah, I only normally I would have left the chicken in there, but the only reason I took it out was it had too much grease and stuff, oil and stuff, and chicken stuff, and I don't think we wanted all that excess oil into the cheese. Alvin? Okay, guys. So that's my son, if y'all are wondering who that is.
There.
Can you
go.
see his face?
No.
You can on YouTube, but you can't on Facebook if you squat it down.
It's all smooth now. Do you need to keep it on?
What?
Do you need me to do anything else? It looked all good. And your pasta's about to boil.
It is boiling. I gotta get it in there. I know.
Both boxes?
No, just one box and a little bit more. Okay, let me get some salt in there.
What's a little bit more?
Okay. Okay.
You good?
Huh?
You good?
Yes. Okay, guys. I'm gonna dry this pan just a second. I was just washing this spoon too, because when I first started stirring, the chicken was raw. Okay. All right. So now let's see. This cooks for 9 to 12 minutes. So let's stir this. I got salt in here. Timer. It said 9 to 12, so we're going to start off with 9. Okay, and I usually put the other oil in here, just for my water and pasta. Okay. So I usually put my vegetable oil in here. The only reason I have vegetable oil is because I use it to put in my pasta water, and a lot of cooking, a lot of baking things they use, vegetable oil instead of olive oil for baking. And this is smooth, so we're going to turn it off. Okay. And we are going to check on this pasta. Okay. It's already been a minute. Wow. Okay, we're going to put the cheese away. This cheese, and I'm guessing the full one too, that's only wrapped over the whole thing. This is wrapped individually. It says to refrigerate when opening, so after you open, so I guess it can stay in the cupboard or something, but I wouldn't trust it. Okay? So let's see. Oh, you didn't hear what I was... Okay. I'm making... It's called Velveeta chicken skillet. Velveeta chicken skillet. Okay? Did you see the cheese mixture? It has cheese. It has cheese, milk, cream of chicken, and rotel. Okay, I put the cream of chicken in over the cheese, and then I added 1 can of milk, one of the cream of chicken cans of milk, and then I put in a can of rotel. And let me know if you don't know what rotel is. I'll show you what it is. It's just diced tomatoes and green chilies. Okay? Well, at least they know you weren't lying about being sick. I know one time when I was working, I was sick and I went to work anyways. I was coughing and I was sick, and then the boss was walking around, because he walks around because it was customer service we were on. And he said, "Are you okay?" I said, "No, I'm feeling like so miserable right now. I'm terrible. I can't." So he was like thinking that maybe I might have COVID, because it was not 2020, it might have been 2021, I think it was. Or something, I don't know. So he sent me home, but he sent me home with the computer and everything else so I could work from home while I was sick. And he wanted me to go, he sent me somewhere with an appointment to get COVID tested, which I didn't realize I could have just gone to the urgent care and they could do it and get the results right away. The other place I had to have an appointment. It was just a pull-up place, and then you have to wait a day or two to get the results, so it was ridiculous. But anyways, I ended up not having it. I've never had COVID, but knock on wood, but I'm just saying, yeah, but from that point on, I was sick for a whole month, Shannon. It took me a whole month to get over it. So I was work from home. And I was on and off working, because some days I just couldn't do it, some days I could. So, I started out with bronchitis, and I went back to urgent care a couple of times. And they kept telling me bronchitis, and then eventually, the last week or week and a half, they told me, when I went back for the last time, they told me I had the startings of pneumonia. So it went from bronchitis to pneumonia. Yep. And so that's when they finally gave me an antibiotic. Because, you know, bronchitis is usually viral. But they gave me an antibiotic because it was starting to turn into pneumonia. And the moment I started taking that antibiotic, after I started taking it, within a couple of days, I felt I felt so much better. Not 100%, but I started feeling better. So, you know. So yeah. But it was about a whole month. And it was around August, September, something like that. And that's when I was, I think that was back in 21. So, because in 22, August and September, I had moved to another apartment. So, yep. And then I just stayed working from home until they told me to come back, which was not long after, but I had to wait until I let them know that I was better. But being sick like I was, as long as I was, is ridiculous. I'm just tasting the cheese. Okay. 4 minutes left on the pasta. 4 minutes left. So I'm going to get out my strainer. It does suck, Shannon. And I've gotten, since then, I've been sick since then, but it's just been with like little colds and stuff like that. Because you know, that same job, the weekend before I was supposed to start it as a new job for training, and you can't miss training because, you know. But yeah, I was sick the weekend before, and I was like, this can't be. I got to start training on Monday. So I had gone to an urgent care, and I ended up with, I think it was a sinus infection. This was in 21 in February. So I still went to training, and I got through it, but that's that. But since then, you know, until 22, when I got that serious sickness for a month, normally I only get sick with a cold. Like, it'll last about a week. Like, my husband, he'll get sick because he almost 95% of the time, my husband's the first one to get sick. And he usually only gets sick with a cold. But he'll get sick with a cold. And no, when he gets sick, we do not share. We usually don't share cups anyways, hardly. But we do sometimes. Do not share. We do not kiss. Nothing like that. And by the time when he's starting to feel a little better on the mend, all of a sudden I'm getting sick. And it lasts about a week. I'm like, gotta be kidding me. I let it go a week. If it lasts longer than a week, then I'll go see a doctor. Because the last time I was sick, I had only been sick for a couple of days, and I was going to the doctor on a Monday, and I only got sick the week before, like a few days ago. But I didn't go to the doctors for the sickness. I already had an appointment. But I already had an appointment. So I just mentioned it, and he was like, I'll give you an antibiotic. Get rid of this stuff all up here. That's how he said it, this stuff all up here. So, you know. So once he gave me the antibiotic, it went away pretty fast. But I didn't go to the doctor for that. You know, and I didn't have to tell him I was sick. You could tell. You could tell because... Okay, so pasta, I'm going to taste one because it's been the 9 minutes. It says 9 to 12. Usually mine can be done in the lowest time. Now my son, he would not have timed it. He would have just taken a guess and tested it. Nice. So let's get this. So, got that done. Now let me drain. I'm going to put the pasta in first, then the chicken. Then I'm going to mix it up, and then I'm going to pour the sauce in. I wanted to put everything into the sauce, but I couldn't because this is the only big pot I have. I use this for pasta, so I couldn't melt the cheese in here and then... Of course, this pan, I could have melted the cheese in, but I was cooking the chicken. So I would have had to wait till the chicken was done and then... I may turn it on low so it can warm the chicken back up. Make sure the cheese stays warm. Okay, I'm just making sure the cheese... You know how if you let like a sauce or something sit, it'll get those little dried up little things around it. Like if you're in a restaurant, like let's say a buffet, and it's like some kind of sauce, like they have some kind of fettuccine, Alfredo sauce that you can pour over like spaghetti pasta or something. And if it just sits there, it gets like around the edges, and if you stir it, you'll see. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean. Wow. Yeah, it just passes around. And then, hi Raymond Harris, how are you doing? I'm doing good. So, we are cooking Velveeta chicken pasta. Velveeta chicken pasta. Okay? Now, come on here, say hi, press the like button, and share if you can. Share if you can. Okay? And let me see, who is it? Ian, I forgot how I said it. Let me know if you're still setting the 100 or if you already did so I can check on that, okay? If you don't send it before the live is over, I'll just keep watch for it, okay? Okay. This is not real thick, it's more thin. This cheese sauce. Alvin, is there a reason why the cheese sauce is more thin than thick? Well, it might soak into the pasta and the chicken. Yeah, the cheese sauce is a little thin. So you got antibiotics when you first went to the urgent care? Have you taken all the antibiotics or you're still taking them? Strep throat, okay, I didn't see that. But if you went, like, when it first started, and you've been taking antibiotics, even if you're not done with them, after like a few days, it should start working. But if you still feel sick and miserable and sore throat and all that stuff, then maybe it's not. Because sometimes you need stronger antibiotics. Sometimes some antibiotics don't work. It's just the way it is. Okay, now we are going to, how long we've been on here? You say 82. YouTube always just puts by minutes. If I click the button on Facebook, it says 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 30 some seconds. Here on YouTube, it says 82, 46, 47, yeah. So 82, that's an hour. Yeah, 22 minutes and something. Okay. Because the other day, one of my other lives, I got confused and thought it wasn't matched up with this, so I thought maybe it got paused for some reason. I don't know. But then I realized that it was just reading it a different way. Because I think on my computer, I don't think it read that way. I don't know. Okay, but we're going to put the pasta in first. Okay? So draw a drain. Alright, get it over here. Pasta all broken up, because sometimes it sticks together, and sometimes they do say you could add a little bit of oil to your pasta and stir it up to keep it from sticking together. Yeah. Especially if you have to let it drain and sit for a few minutes before you use it. Okay, let's put this chicken in. Well, what's that in a minute? Now let's get the pasta and the chicken all mixed up. And then I'm going to slowly pour in the cheese sauce and we'll go from there. Okay. So, we're going to take out this, do that, and I want to make sure I'm holding this correct. Try to go not too fast because I don't want it to splat. See that? See that cheese? Did y'all see that cheese sauce pour down? Oh man, the phone was turned wrong. I probably didn't see it, YouTube. See? I don't know. Can you see some of that sauce? Let me know if you saw the sauce pour out. I don't think so. Now, as far as the Rotel, I buy mild. It says mild. If you buy regular, it just says regular or something like that. You think it's not spicy, but it is. But it is. Okay? It's got a little spice to it. Not real spicy, but a little spice to it. So I buy mild. If you want to buy the hot Rotel to use in this, you can. Whatever you want. Okay? After this, I'm going to get the parsley. I'm going to add some parsley on top. I'm going to take a picture. And so I don't pause YouTube, I'm going to take a picture on my husband's phone. And then I can either send it to myself or we got Google Photos. Okay, we got the app Google Photos. And if I wait a while, it'll show up on Google Photos that I share with my husband. We share like I can see the pictures he posts that he took a picture of, and he can see the pictures that I take a picture of. And I can click share all pictures, which he can click it too, but I can click it and it'll share all of his pictures, and he can click it and it'll share all of my pictures. But we don't do that because we don't want all of the pictures that each of us take. I may not like it. He may take pictures that I don't. There's a lot of pictures he's taken that I don't want, of cars or something at work, or I don't need it. So I can go to the photo that he has taken and I can click save if I want it, and it'll save it to my son. Okay? So it'll come in a little while, like tonight, and then I'll have it for tomorrow to post it. Okay? All right. Alrighty, so let me get the parsley. And then it's so short. Okay, now then I'll take a picture of it and then I'll taste it, okay? Parsley. Okay. So that's good. Get it back there. Kind of. Put everything back. All right. Okay. So I'm going to take a picture of it, then I'll show you guys. I'm not going to show you guys the picture. I'll show you actually turn the phone on. I'm trying to find his book. Sorry guys, that was my husband's phone. I'm trying to find the photos. Not the Google photos. Oh my goodness. I can't find the photos. Because you can't take a picture from Google Photos. Oh, here it is, camera. Okay. Let me do it so I like it always. And then once I get it, I will edit it, because this end is showing like my counter and some other stuff, and I can edit it and bring it like that. Okay? Alright, so I did that. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys real quick. You see that? Yummy. Okay, it's got chicken in there. Cheese sauce. Okay. There you go. And YouTube. Here we go. There it is. Comment how good you think it looks. Alright, so I thank y'all for coming on. I don't think anybody is on here anymore. But I appreciate y'all coming on YouTube. I think you're the only one that came on, Shannon. I appreciate it. Can you share? YouTube, please share if you can. Facebook, please share. Shannon, can you please share this video? And I know you are following me on both pages. Can you share it? And then, thank you, Shannon. And then when I'm done, when I load these up and get off of here, I'm going to quickly, because it takes 30 seconds of my time to share it to my other page, Elizabeth's Life. So once I share it there, can you share that too? To Elizabeth's Life? Oh no, if you share it, it'll go on. Hold on, wait a minute. If you share it from this page and you share it from the Elizabeth's Life page, it'll go on, both will go on your timeline, right, Shannon? So just share it from this page, heck. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Because I was thinking, oh, if you share from this page, I'm telling everybody, can you share from Elizabeth's Life page as well? Forgetting that if they share, like if I share a post from my friend's page, but they have a second page and I go on there and I share the same post, I'm guessing it's going to both share to my timeline, so it won't make no sense to share it twice. Okay? I still share it on Elizabeth's Life in case somebody on there is not a part of my Elizabeth Gibbs. Okay? I'm just trying to get some stuck on cheese that I guess dripped from the, well, it did drip from the pan. I've already tried to wipe it. Well, my son wiped it what he could, but it smeared. And then I wiped it again. Some of it you have to rub, you just can't wipe it. It just won't come out. Okay. Because, I started to tell him stop. Because he was just burning like crazy. And by the time I told him, some of the cheese splattered over the pan. I was like, Alvin, I told you to slow down. So he wiped it up with a paper towel I gave him, but it smeared it, so I wiped it up with a wet towel. Okay, so anyways. Oh, I forgot to turn you around. YouTube, sorry. Alrighty, so. Alright, so I'm going to get a fork. And I'm going to try some before I put it in my bowl. Like my favorite lady says, her cooking shows, she says, she has a family too. 2 kids and a husband. She says, is it even good? Let's see. Alright guys. I got some chicken on there. Of course it is. I made it. That's what she said. She said, is it any good? Tries it. Of course it is. I made it. So, of course it is. I made it. It is really good. Oh my gosh, let's do the good dance. That is amazing. It is good. Now, if you don't want to put parsley on top as a garnish, you don't have to. If you want to put another thing like another herb, as a garnish instead of parsley, so be it. But parsley is my favorite garnish because it just goes with everything. So whatever you want to do, okay? And like I said, if you don't like rotel, don't add it. And it didn't say to drain it, but I drained part of it. I didn't drain the whole rotel, I just drained part of it. Okay? And if you don't have rotel, but you do have diced tomatoes, you can use about half a can because you don't need a whole 15-ounce can. Unless you're making a lot more. Okay? And if you only have like green chilies, you can put them too. Because rotel is diced tomatoes and green chilies. Okay? So, and if you want to add a little extra stuff, like if you want to add some diced up onions, which is not mentioned, but you could, or some garlic, minced garlic, you know, the fresh or the one in the jar. It's up to you, alright? You can make it your own and add or subtract things, okay? Alrighty. And the cheese, there's not like a whole puddle at the bottom. So the extra 4 ounces I added was just fine. And I didn't add extra cream of chicken or milk. And it still came out just fine. Okay? Alright, let me get over here and sit down and eat. Alright, I appreciate everybody who came on here. I appreciate you, Shannon. Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate you guys all on YouTube. Raymond Harris. Shaman. Ian or Ian, sorry. D. I appreciate you all for coming on. Alright? And I'll try to remember to post the Amazon wish list to YouTube, guys, so you can see it in case you want to look at it, okay? Since I can't post any comments. That's why if my husband can be poor, I need to use his phone to look up the recipe, because I use his phone for the recipe because right now I'm using my phone to be on YouTube and the iPad for Facebook, which I always have, but my phone I'm using for YouTube because, you know, my computer doesn't work right now and I either need to get it fixed or go buy a new one. We do have a, down the street, not too far from us, we do have a used computer store where you can buy computers, desktop and laptops, and they fix computers, so I might take my computer there and see if they can fix it. But I've had that computer since 2018, 19, I don't know. One time my mom offered and said, well, you need a computer? I said, yeah, I do. I don't have one. And she offered to buy me a computer. And it came from Target because she had a Target credit card. So what I did was I ordered it online for pickup in the store and paid with her credit card. So, alright. So stay positive, do your thing, work on yourself, be positive for others as well. Hope you feel better, Shannon. Pretty soon, let me know what the regular doctor says if you go there. Alright? So, just feel better. And have a good rest of y'all's evening. I love you guys. And I will talk to you later. Bye, YouTube. Bye, Facebook. Talk to y'all later. Have a good evening. Love you guys. Bye.